Good afternoon, everybody. This is Steve Fletcher with a trumpet for my people. Today is March 30th, 2019. I hope everybody can hear me well. I'm at the beach with the kids from Bridge of Love Home, out at the ocean, spending a beautiful day here. And I was checking my comments on my latest video. And thank you to a brother who sent me this information, unbelievable information. I'm just, wow, this is going to speak for itself. So thank you, brother, for sharing this information on my page. I did the investigation, and it's true. Barack Obama is going to be in Berlin at the throne of Satan on April 6th. April 6th. Nissan 1, the Jewish New Year. Barack Obama is going to be in Berlin. We have talked about the history of Berlin, the history of Barack Obama going to Berlin. At one point, I did a message that he had been to Berlin, or he had been to the throne of Satan for on 9 different occasions. And so if we do a search here in Google, Throne of Satan Berlin, this information comes up with the throne of Zeus that was moved from Pergamus to Berlin back in the early 1900s. And this is the same reason this throne was moved to Berlin, so that Hitler could have his power to carry out the Holocaust, because he was there at the throne of Satan. And we've talked about the fact that Barack Obama as the Antichrist is linked to the throne of Satan. And as we're watching April 6th, this is a huge update, Notice in this picture that Barack Obama placed his podium at the exact location as the altar of Zeus, just as Hitler did. This was his inauguration speech, not the inauguration speech, his acceptance speech as he received his nomination to become the presidential candidate for the Democratic Party. And this was at the Mile High Stadium in Denver, and the stage was set up as the altar of Zeus. And this is where he made his famous speech, "Yes, we can, yes, we can, yes, we can. Thank you, Satan, thank you, Satan, thank you, Satan." And the altar was set up, and he received his power to begin his mandate as President of the United States. And we see that in Revelation 2, verses 12 through 17, Pergamus is the seat of Satan. It's the altar of Zeus, which was moved from Pergamus to Berlin in the early 1900s. Satan's seat of Pergamus, actual rebuilt altar of Zeus, reconstructed in Berlin, Germany. Revelation 2, verses 12 and 13. To the angel of the church in Pergamus write, "These things saith he which hath the sharp sword with 2 edges. I know thy works, and where thou dwellest, even where Satan's seat is, and thou holdest fast my name, and hast not denied my faith, even in those days wherein Antipas was my faithful martyr, who was slain among you, where Satan dwelleth." So 2 times in Revelation 2:13, it's repeated. Satan's seat is in Pergamus, and it's also repeated that Satan dwelleth there. This is the dwelling place of Satan. It's the throne of Satan, the altar of Zeus in Pergamus, Turkey. Well, this altar was moved to Berlin in the early 1900s. So here's the news, and I will leave a link for this in the description box. And you can also search. There are many articles about this. This is you can do a search. I'll leave a link for this article, and I'll leave a link for a search for Google, and you can see that this is being covered by many different news sources. Barack Obama to visit Berlin again. Former U.S. President Barack Obama is scheduled to answer questions of 300 young Europeans at an event in the beginning of April. As the Democratic Foundation announced on Tuesday, March 19, 2019, the 57-year-old former president of the United States will be answering questions from young people at an event on April 6th. April 6th. Barack Obama in Berlin at the throne of Satan on the Jewish New Year, Nissan 1. Saturday, April 6, 2019, Nissan 1 5779. I want to bring to everybody's attention that back in 2016, as we were watching the timeline of Barack Obama from the Nobel Peace Prize, the Nobel Peace Prize began on October 9th, 2009. 1,260 days later, Barack Obama was in Israel, signed the Unbreakable Alliance with Israel on March 22nd, 2013. 1,290 days later, Barack Obama was back in Israel again for the funeral of Shimon Peres. And then 45 days after that, which is day 1,335, blessed day 1,335, was the exact day that the Revelation 12 sign was beginning, as Jupiter was just entering Virgo on November 17, 2016. On this day in question, Barack Obama was in Berlin at the throne of Satan. So this is a marker that Barack Obama has had, and it has been following him, or he's been following the throne of Satan at every key moment, at every key event. Also in 2016, on May 25th, which coincided with Ascension Day, he was also in Berlin on May 25th, 2016. Remember that event that we talked about. So here is a close-up of that portion of that picture. Barack Obama, November 16, 2016, in Berlin with Angela Merkel. It was day 1,335, exactly as the Revelation 12 sign was beginning. And Jupiter was just entering Virgo at the very beginning of the Revelation 12 sign. Day 1,335 from the abomination event on March 22nd, 2013 was the beginning of the Revelation 12 sign. See, this is all here connected so that we can see the patterns. It's all biblically laid out for us by number of days, 1,260, 1,290, 1,335 days. So we can see the patterns so that we can understand. Of course, only those who watch and pray will be able to see it. And now we have a 1,290-day connection from Barack Obama and the meeting with Pope Francis at the White House on September 23rd, 2015. From September 23rd, 2015 to April 6, 2019, we have 1,290 days. 1,290 days. And it brings us to the end of 5778, the true end of the Jubilee year. And if this is the end of the Jubilee year, then it looks like this is the beginning of the tribulation. All I'm doing is sharing the signs with you, what I see. And this sign is another sign that's just simply unbelievable. Barack Obama at the throne of Satan on the Jewish New Year, Nissan 1, April 6, 2019. I pray you are ready, because the Lord is on his way and the signs have been given that tribulation is about to begin. Will Barack Obama reign during the tribulation from the throne of Satan in Berlin? If the tribulation starts while he is in Berlin, if he is incarnated at the throne of Satan, is this the reason he needs to go to the throne of Satan? So that he can receive power. So that he can be filled with power. by the coming down of the lightning, by Satan being cast down to his throne. If Satan is cast down to his throne, and Barack Obama is at the throne there, because Satan is going to come down, he has a throne on this earth, and God is going to kick him out of heaven, and he's going to be thrown down to the earth, and he's going to incarnate the human host body that is prepared for him. And if he's going to be cast down to the throne that is written in the Bible where the throne is, and the host body is there at that same location, well, it would coincide with what we can expect to see. So maybe it will be from Berlin then that the Antichrist, Barack Obama, will rule over the world, just as Adolf Hitler ruled over Europe and World War II and the Holocaust. But now we have the New World Order that has been set up over the last 70 years from the founding of the United Nations, that coincided in the same time frame as the beginning of Israel, 70 years of the United Nations, and the 70 years of Israel. See, it's all tying in together, and their plan to take over the world. And it's God's plan to bring an end to the human civilization as we know it, so we can usher in the millennial kingdom. What side are you on? Are you ready for the return of Jesus Christ? Are you prepared for the rapture? And if you're not prepared for the rapture, do you understand what it will take to be a tribulation saint? To give your life for Jesus Christ by not taking the mark of the beast. These are all the signs that the Lord has been showing to me. And all I can do is share today with you what I see. And this is an amazing sign that Barack Obama will be at the throne of Satan on April 6th, 2019. I pray you're blessed today. This is Steve Fletcher with the trumpet for my people, the sign of his coming revealed.